inspiration can strike at weird times. Now, I'm not entirely sure why I decided to let's play this game. I think part of it may have just been watching Joiner play this game blind for a let's play. Maybe part of it's just because I've just been in a Final Fantasy IX mood recently. I mean, it's my favorite of the PlayStation ones, so I'm not too surprised. But regardless of whatever inspired it, welcome everybody to the next Let's Play. Let's play Final Fantasy IX. Oh, Final Fantasy IX! There we go! Let's start up a new game. So, this is the game that came out around 2001, I want to say? Very late into the lifespan of the original PlayStation. And because of that, it actually has a lot of, like, really cool things going for it. But compared to a lot of the other Final Fantasy games, I feel like this one's very much overlooked. There's no voice acting, so I don't think I have to worry too much about talking over cutscenes here, but you'll see a lot of people talk about Final Fantasy VI for the Super Nintendo, Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation, Final Fantasy VIII, but you don't see too many people talking about Final Fantasy IX, or for a long time you didn't see too many people talk about it, which is a shame because in many ways this is the best Final Fantasy game on the PlayStation, and I think just my favorite Final Fantasy game in general. As much as I like 3 and 4 and 6, this game just has a lot of really cool stuff going for it. Now, I can't make a promise that I'm going to be showing off everything in this game, like, and this is gonna be funny. I know it probably feels like I've been giving Joiner shit for missing stuff in his Let's Play. And his is blind, and I've played this game a couple times, so you'd think I'd know and remember everything about this game, but I don't. I'm lethally stupid. I don't remember anything about this game at all. I could have played this game yesterday, all the way through, and I still would forget everything. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get into the game. Sure is dark. Guess nobody's here yet. Alright. So, here's the controls on the PS4 version. How about we move up and light the candle? Put your quarter in the machine and let's get started. Alright, so in true Final Fantasy tradition, well, before voice acting anyway, we're allowed to choose names for our characters, so I can go with, you know, appropriate names like Butts. Butts is a pretty good name, but we're just gonna go with default names for now. So we're Zidane. Zidane Tribal, monkey-tailed dude extraordinaire. Hey Zidane, you sure are late. Sorry, so where's the boss? Ain't here yet. Oop. I think you may have spoken too soon. I don't know if it's the boss you were looking for, but we got a boss fight. Against goofy dragon-headed man. Oh, it's Trogdor, I get it now. He's a dragon man. Alright, combat. Telling us about the ATB gauge, but I think I can explain it, like, pretty quickly. So Final Fantasy IX, like a lot of the Final Fantasy games that came out around this time, is based around an ATB gauge. And what that means is that after a certain point, you're allowed to attack. It's not turn-based, well, it's semi-turn-based. Basically, each turn on the ATB is you waiting a tick, and after, or each tick is waiting a little bit of a turn. And after a certain amount of ticks, the gauge will fill and you'll be able to input an attack. In some of the earlier Final Fantasy games, certain moves also had like speeds, like the slower spells took a while to cast. But this game doesn't really have that, which I guess lessens the frustration factor a bit. Wahaha! Alright, let's start this meeting already. Doesn't even open the door like a proper human being, he just kicks it open. Alright, here's the plan. Tantalus, the infamous band of daring thieves, that's us, is heading to the Kingdom of Alexandria. Our mission, to kidnap the heir to the throne, Princess Garnet. I'll take it from here, so listen up. Our ship's about to dock at Alexandria. I don't know what this voice is, by the way. And when it does, we're gonna put on our costumes and perform I Wanna Be Your Canary, the most powerful or popular play in Alexandria. It's the most powerful play. It's got biceps the size of tractors. Break a leg, Marcus, cause you're playing the lead. I don't think I should be doing voices for this. I'll distract the audience from backstage with these little buggers. Can't stand Oglops. But I'll manage, so don't worry about me. Also, I never noticed, like, how... For Blank, his skin kind of looks like it's stitched together in places. Final Fantasy IX is weird. Just want to kidnap Princess Garnet, right? You bet. You're gonna kidnap the most babelicious beauty in all of Alexandria, Princess Garnet. I mean... guess I can't really argue with that assessment of her looks. Well, who's this little guy? There's the title screen. There's the title right there. Say the line, Final Fantasy IX. Waiting for that moment in a failed recording, I forgot when the title actually pops in the FMV sequences. So I'm just like, okay, it's gonna pop up now. Oh. It didn't. But regardless of any of that, we were introduced to our party member Zidane, and I want you guys to notice the difference between like the quality of this full motion video and the character model we have. And then suddenly when it stops, everything looks different. I guess that's one of the things to point out about like the re-released versions of this. So on the original PlayStation, you probably wouldn't be able to notice the difference between like the character models and the background models, but on the digital re-releases, because the character models are higher resolution, there is a very noticeable difference. Oop, we're introduced to Rat Kid. Before we do any of that, though, there's some stuff back here that I can get. Sahagin card. Here's something else? Lizard Man card. We'll figure out what these are in a bit. Right. Well, children shouldn't leave the city. We're obviously a children. Nobles always come to Alexandria to see the annual performance. So I guess to talk a little bit about the game's control as well, X is basically your universal action button. Oh, wait, hold on. Gotta let this most majestic of sound clips play. fucking love that horn. Just that single doot. That is an amazing doot. I love it. So controls, X or cross, whatever you want to call it, is your action button. Circle allows you to run or allows you to like cancel dialogue choices. Triangle brings up the status screen with the menu. So we can do pretty much anything. We can use items. We actually start with items in this game, and there's the Mage Masher we stole earlier, so obviously this guy's gonna be part of our party. Configuration. And because we're playing on the re-release version, we also have these boosters that we can use as well. Master abilities, level, magic stone max, and gil max, which I'm not going to be using any of them. Any of those, at least. There are other booster abilities that I can actually explain right now. Pausing the game, you can actually set it so that you have different booster abilities as well. L1 gives you battle assistance, which will automatically fill up your ATB gauge and fill your HP and MP back up as well. After a certain amount of time has passed, we'll also get access to something else, which battle assistance will fill up. R1 is high speed mode, which greatly increases the speed of things, which is really good. Really good for a lot of situations, especially grinding. Another skill that's useful for grinding is L2, which maxes out your damage. You'll always be doing the damage cap as long as L2's ability is active. And R2 is safe travel, also known as no encounters mode, which basically makes it so that enemies won't spawn. So now those aren't that important, but in some situations I might be using the speed up and the damage cap one just to do grinding like off screen, just so that it goes faster. Let's peek into the ticket booth. Can I help you, son? Alright, let's show our ticket. What's this? There's something odd about this ticket. Why, it's another fake! I've seen so many today. Aw. Poor little dude. No, don't cry. I know how you must feel. Here, I'll give you these. Do try to cheer up now, Got the Goblin card, the Fang card, and the Skeleton card. Talk to Alleyway Jack to learn more about cards. Good luck, lad. Alright, so unfortunately our ticket to the play turned out to be a fake, which is very sad. But we can play jump rope. I forgot what all rewards you get from jump rope. Come play with us again, but you know, we're pretty good at jump rope. Our dude, whose name we'll figure out eventually. Drip. Blast it. Hey, you made me miss you, little klutz. I like how he's able to do that without, like, anything to really hold that sign up. Like, it just automatically adjusted itself with the power of magic. Well, it's been a long day. It's been a long day of me just hammering this sign and doing nothing else. Hey you, Shrimp, you're the one with the phony ticket, ain't ya? Saw the guy tell you it was fake. Are you Alleyway Jack? Do I look like that loser? But I'll let you in to see the show if you become my slave. No, I don't really want to. Alright, later. I am a strong, independent, little cuddly boy who doesn't need no man. Or rat. Doesn't need a rat. So if we go in here, I believe there's something that we can get right now at this point. I think? Maybe? It might be, like, later on, too. Pull the rope. No, it's not at this point. Alright. What I was hoping for was more cards. That some of the NPCs, like the little hippo guy we passed earlier, He actually stashed some cards up in the bell there, so at a certain point we're able to get them. Kid Mittens ran away. Alright, I'll tell you if I see him. Mittens is brown! Alright. We'll find Mittens. Where is Mittens? Mittens is not here. Here's a ladder. So unfortunately, there's not much we can do right now. We can peek into the ticket booth and learn more about where we are. So what's showing today? What kind of troop are they? Well, what's the play about? Kingdom of Alexandria is a fine country ruled by Queen Bran. Did you know Queen Bran is a beautiful daughter, Princess Garnet? Who's Princess Garnet? Today's her 16th birthday, you know. I didn't know that. Tell me about her. Her Highness is a beautiful princess and everyone in Alexandria loves her. Is she really that pretty? Why, she's the most beautiful princess in the history of Alexandria. Which means she can't be genetically related to Queen Bran. Oh boy. We can go into the shops here, but there's not actually anything we can do in the shops. Take my wife to the theater tonight, so we shall close soon. It's all unfortunate. We can't really do much of anything, so... Well, why don't we wait around for Alleyway Jack? Well, hang on. Because we don't really have much of a choice. First assignment, you go stand over there and see if anyone's coming. All clear. Yeah, it's clear. Engage according to mission parameters, aka steal this ladder. Huh. Wait a minute. You're a person. Oh. He just robbed me. I wonder who that was. Well, he was in an alleyway, so he must be Alleyway Jack. Though I don't think he doesn't really look much like a Jack. He looks... I think he's more like Alleyway Tim, Alleyway Bob, Alleyway Greg. I think he's an Alleyway Greg. Alright, we'll start with the basics. You need 5 cards to play the game. To play a game, approach somebody and press square. Some people may not be interested. In that case, move on to someone else. Alright, let's talk about how to actually play the game. Take turns placing your cards on a 4x4 grid with your opponent. Sometimes your opponent's card flips. That's because the yellow arrows in the corners and sides of the cards. If your arrow is facing in the direction of your opponent's card, that card becomes yours. But if your opponent's card is an arrow facing yours, a battle begins. When several arrows face each other, multiple card battles may occur. You can choose where to begin the card battle when that happens. Where you choose to begin the battle affects how the rest of the battles play out. You can also do combos. Alright. For combos, you gotta be careful during a card battle. If your opponent wins against the opponent's card, or if your card wins against the opponent's card, all the cards facing that card's arrows are yours. That's called a combo. Double-edged sword because sometimes the same thing will happen to you if your card loses against the opponent's card. It's a perfect game, you ask? Get one of your opponent's card if you win. If you flip over all your opponent's cards and play a perfect game, you can take all of them. Reach for the highest collector's levels. Oh god, I forgot how long Alleyway Jerk here goes on for. Even I don't know what the highest collector's level is. Alright, let's play against Alleyway Greg. Or Jack, rather. So, our cards that we have are all kind of crappy. I'll explain what the numbers do in due time. I'm not going to be doing very much with the card game. I'll be playing it occasionally just to show it off, and there is a point later on where we have to play the card game. but I'm not too worried about it, so... Unfortunately, we don't have too much of a fantastic setup here. Well, actually, this is not a bad deal at all. Oop, never mind, it might be a bad deal. Well, do that. Do that. Ah, we lost. So the unfortunate part is that when we lose a card. And now that we don't have 5 cards, we can't play the game anymore. This is the only town where I'm called Alleyway Jack. I go by other names elsewhere. They're also just aliases, of course. Want to know my real name? I'll tell you when you get better. Alright, well, we now know how to play a card game at least. Also gonna do things such as check on the floor for money, phase through reality, or at least a human being. Hang on, something else here. There we go, somebody left a potion there. So now that we've learned some card game stuff, how about we actually make some progress? I love the opening, like, couple hours of Final Fantasy IX, but I will admit, this game does kind of chug on in its opening hours for a bit. It does... I think it's just because it does a lot of world building and, like, character building and stuff. Don't fall behind. Into the steeple. Now we're gonna climb up this tower. It's very dangerous, so you go first. Thanks for the vote of... Oop. What the heck was that? Sorry about that, Kupo. Oh, that's Kupo. He's a Moogle. He's got a very creative name. And this is slave number 1. Try to get along, okay? Sorry. I enter you in Moogle Diary. If you want to save game, just ask us Moogles, Kupo. And you can regain health if you have a tent. Alright. Alright, time for some upward mobility. He is a pretty strong little kid, I gotta say that. Alright, come on up. Kupo, you here? Stiltskin, why that get up? You leaving? Yeah, and this time I might be away for a long time. I'll miss you. Now don't you worry, all right. Who was that masked man? A very special friend. Alright, fine, Rat Kid. I'll go up. Upward mobility and whatnot. Alright, the play's gonna start if we don't hurry. Come on, get over here. Let me guess, you're afraid of heights, aren't you? It's okay, just pretend you're on the ground. There we go. There's another bridge. Don't worry, it won't fall. Huh, I guess it fell. No point in worrying now, right? There's probably somebody down there. We may have just given them a mild concussion, but it's okay, because there was money in this. What is that? Is that like a smokestack or something that doesn't have any smoke? A smokeless stack? I don't even know your name. Well, that's because my name is Vivi. Oh shoot, I didn't even realize Garo. Just right up there. in my autocomplete. So your name is Vivi, huh? Kind of funny name. My name's Puck. Pleased to... Wait, hold on. You're not allowed to criticize Vivi's name when you're named after equipment used for a hockey game. Oh, hang on. This is how we get over there. And there should be something over here. Yeah, 63 gil. That's nice. Trying to get as much money as we can. Speaking of money. Come on. 92 gil. That's nice. How much do we have right now? 662? It's not bad at all. But I don't think there's any more money in this section, so... Whew, we finally made it. After this wall, we'll be inside the castle. Come on, let's go. Ooh, wow, oh god, please, put that away. That, dear friends, is Queen Bran. Also, welcome to part 2 of Final Fantasy IX, I guess. And this guy with the eyelashes, well, we'll figure out who he is eventually. But for now, the show. I do love how expressive and cartoonish this game is. Very nice. And there was the hero. Well, not really the hero, but there's the guy. Tonight's performance is a story that takes place long, long ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Our heroine, Princess Cornelia, is torn from her lover, Marcus. She attempts to flee the castle, only to be captured by her father, King Leo. When her story begins, Marcus, having heard of this, crosses swords with the king. And now, your royal majesty, Queen Bran, your highness, Princess Garnet, noble ladies and lords and our rooftop viewers, Tantalus proudly presents, I Want to Be Your Canary. He's got a nice beard. It's very pink. I do love the play, though. We shall back thee, kinsman. Pray, sheathe thy swords, this villain is mine alone. All who stand in my way will be crushed without an E. Alright, so we got ourselves another battle. And this is like one of the coolest parts to this game, is just this play. Because what happens is, you're allowed to do these special effects. So let's say use Polly on King Leo. Polly! But how about we kill the ads first? And while these special effects don't do any damage, because they're special effects... Oh, Sin is dead. That's to be expected. Not to taunt the guy too much, but he kinda sucks. So yeah, all the special effects really do is just show off visual effects to make the fight look more interesting. But that actually works really well, because it's a play. Taste steel. Well, you're gonna be tasting the power of breakfast. A delicious breakfast of knives. Arg, grr. Argerbarger. Thou hast not seen the last of me, Marcus. Out of the way, blank. Consider this, Zidane. If Prince Schneider were to marry Princess Cornelia, peace would reign over both their kingdoms. 'Tis foolishness. If all were so easy, why none would suffer in this world. I'll write this part. Alright, I'm ready for one of my favorite parts. Expect no quarter from me. To follow Blank's lead, enter the correct commands from the following choices. So I'm trying not to mess this up. Keyword being trying, because we do get a reward if we do this perfectly. But I also forgot like how many inputs in a row it is. There we go. We shall finish this later. Come back here. Out of the 100 nobles watching, 97 were impressed. Queen Bran was quite impressed. They demand an encore. Perform the fight scene again? Sure. So basically you're allowed to like do this section as many times in a row as you want. Which is good, because if you miss an input the first time, redo it. Try to get that reward. Cash money. The sequence of buttons is always different every time, too. It's like in Circle Lot. Alright, did we impress everyone? Yeah, there we go. fine. They shower you with 10,000 gil. That's why you want to do that correctly.